The World Electric Car of the Year has just been revealed. It wasn't a BYD. Now, BYD did have the Atto 3, which made the top 5. They had the BYD Seal, which made the top 3. The Volvo EX30 was also in the top 3. However, none of those electric cars have won. I actually think they probably should have. The winner, I mean, I like it, but there is a few problems with it. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. It's great to see you, guys. Just thought I'd give you a quick update on how Shanna's going. A lot of you have been asking me, sending me messages, and I can't respond to them because I just don't have the, honestly don't have the time. And right now, after the surgery, my foot is just, it's making it hard to film videos, and I've got to have my leg right up here. It's a lot of energy to just do anything. I can't walk on it, obviously, so I'm getting around on crutches everywhere. So yeah, I'll stop with the excuses of why I haven't responded to you. So my apologies for that. But Shanna, she has been doing high dose chemotherapy. So, before she was doing low dose chemotherapy. That's changed now to higher dose IV chemotherapy, which she pretty much had to do because the cancer had spread to the liver and the lungs from where it was before, which is the lymph nodes, one spot on the shoulder, and obviously the colorectal area. So that has had a good response. The high dose chemo has brought down a lot of the the spread. In fact, basically seems to have eliminated it from the liver and the lungs, which is great. But the response from her body has been bad. It's been, good in terms of it reducing the cancer, but bad in terms of how it's affected her body. She's been in pain on a daily basis and just absolutely hating being on the chemotherapy. It was all right for the first month. After that, everything just went downhill. So she's just gone off the chemo, and we're hoping that she'll bounce back, and the cancer won't bounce back too quickly. So I hope that gives you a better explanation. I'll get her to do something on the channel soon. The EV9, that's one world car of the year, the Kia EV9. Which, guys, let's be frank here, it is a very, very good car. There's no question the Kia EV9 is a worthy winner, or is it? Here's the thing. The Jaguar I-Pace was the World Electric Car of the Year. Was it about 5 years ago, 6 years ago? The Jaguar I-Pace obviously turned out to be honest, a big problem for owners. I mean, no one wants to return their car for 5 recalls over and over, software problems. Anyway, the Jaguar I-Pace seemed good at the time. It was expensive. It was sold in very limited numbers, and that's my issue with the Kia EV9. But before I get into those, which I think is a legitimate concern, the price and the availability, why do I think the BYD Seal should have won? Well, for one, a lot more of them are sold. Two, it's much more within people's budgets. It's half the price of the EV9. Is it as practical? Absolutely not. But will it get you to point A to point B and have just as much, if not more, range than the EV9? Yeah, it does. So that's why I personally would have gone with the BYD Seal. Honestly, that would have been my pick. But would I have picked the BYD Seal over the Tesla Model 3 Highland? Well, no, actually I wouldn't have. And before you react to that, if you're a BYD fan, the reason is this. The Tesla Model 3 is sold in a lot more countries right now than the BYD Seal. The BYD Seal is available in prices that are not really that reasonable, I think, in most of Europe. It's sold through dealerships there, and BYD have no say over the prices, so they just make the prices way more expensive than what we pay for the Seal in Australia. If we're going to vote for Australia, BYD Seal, come on, it starts at 49,000 Australian dollars. I mean, hell, that gives me that is enough, in my opinion, to say, yeah, car of the year. But unfortunately, that's not the price it is outside of Australia. I mean, it's a great price in China where no one buys it. It's a great price in Australia where people are buying it, in Thailand where people are buying it. But outside of really Australia and Thailand, the Seal is not available to most people worldwide. And that's why I'd go with the Tesla Model 3 Highland. To me, the award is not just about what is the best car. It's about availability. It's about production numbers. And availability and production numbers, if it's based on those two things, Tesla would probably win with the Model 3 Highland because, let's be honest, it's sold in 80 countries? Prices for most of the countries are reasonable, very reasonable. Tesla's, their pricing strategy, it's within 5%. You don't get this insane scenario where, the BYD Seal is $24,000 in China. And then in Europe, it's like $50,000. That's more than double the price. I'm not a fan of that. That makes, to me, you walk into a dealership, you feel like, oh, I'm getting scammed. That's the way you feel. That's what I don't like about. But that's not really BYD's fault. BYD don't have the power yet to set up their own network in Europe, and that will change in the future. Now, if I was going to vote for this as an Australian award, I'd give it to the Seal. But if it's a worldwide award, I think the Model 3 Highland is available to more people. It's mass-produced in many more countries, and the pricing is just pretty similar all over the world. It's a bit cheaper in China, but not half the price. Anyway, the World Car of the Year awards are over, and it's pretty much a European award. Most of the voters come from Europe. It's not really surprising that the Kia EV9 won. It's got 350 kilowatt theoretical charging speeds. It looks fantastic. It's a very modern car. It's 7 seats. There's very few electric vehicles that are affordable that are this size. It's a big car. It's about the size of a Toyota Land Cruiser. Honestly, I was thinking today, I was seeing Toyota Land Cruisers and I was thinking, new ones, the people have just bought. I was thinking, oh, you suckers, you could have got a Kia EV9 for the same price. And that's the thing. The Kia EV9, it's actually cheaper than the Toyota Land Cruiser. It is. So people keep saying EVs are too expensive. But if you compare for like for like, the EV9, what is it most similar to in terms of its size? The Land Cruiser. It's actually much faster than a Toyota Land Cruiser in terms of performance. It'll destroy a Land Cruiser. But in terms of its actual size, who's it suitable for? Families with, 5 kids or 4 kids or whatever. It's the same market and it's cheaper. So when you think about the price, it's not really that expensive. The price in the United States, it starts at $55,000 US. So yeah, I think it's actually priced extremely well. So the final 3 were the Kia EV9, the BYD Seal, and the Volvo EX30. Now the Volvo EX30 is not yet on sale in most places. Maybe a bit premature even having it in the list of winners. Probably maybe next year would have been the right time. But which of those 3 do you think should have won the award? Let me know, guys, what you think in the comments. Kia's president and CEO Ho Sung Song said this triumph is a testament to our unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of technology and design excellence. The Kia EV9's continued success, blah, 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 blah. And, I'm reading all this stuff and I'm thinking, you know what, Kia? So far, this year and last year, your EV sales haven't really increased. Very, very little. Your increase in EV sales, Hyundai, Kia, it's gone up very little. And that's true, right? But let's focus on the future, because the future is this. Hyundai and Kia have just revealed they're going to spend $51 billion US over the next 3 years. In fact, they're saying in less than 3 years, they're going to hire 80,000 new people, specifically for new EV production lines, for new EV development, for new EV product development, new battery development. That's a lot of money in a very short space of time. So even though their EV sales right now are really disappointing globally, they are. For what are some great products? The Kia EV6, great car. Kia EV9, fantastic car. Even though the actual sales are disappointing, at least when they eventually do ramp up production, there's some good cars that you can buy. And they are working on a cheaper version. They're working on a Kia EV5, which will have lithium iron phosphate batteries. It'll be made in China. It'll be cheaper. It'll be really probably a bit cheaper than a Tesla Model Y is what I'm hearing. In fact, probably about 10 to 15% cheaper. And hopefully it'll also be mass produced. In terms of performance cars, Hyundai and Kia, they basically won everything. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 was named the World Performance Car of the Year. And this includes non-EVs. It beat the BMW M2 and the BMW XM. Now, how the XM was even in this list, I don't know. I don't see how it's a performance car. But anyway, the Ioniq 5 is the fastest Hyundai that's ever existed. It's got 2 motors. It's got 641 horsepower, 480 kilowatt, and it can do 0 to 60 miles an hour, which is 96 kilometers an hour in 3.25 seconds. That's pretty impressive. Top speed is actually pretty impressive as well for an EV, 261 kilometers an hour. The Volvo EX30 was named World Urban Car of the Year. It finished ahead of the BYD Dolphin, and the Lexus LBX. Now, personally for me, out of the Volvo EX30 and the BYD Dolphin, which one would I vote for? 100% would be the BYD Dolphin. Volvo EX30, it's actually a similar size to a Dolphin. It's just jacked up a bit, an inch, right? Yeah, I'd buy a Dolphin. I'd save myself $20,000 and buy the Dolphin. But that's just my personal opinion. So, either way here, the EV awards this year, they really do highlight one thing. That is, there's more choice and EVs are cheaper than they've ever been before, with better range and better performance. Next year, these nominees are going to be even better than this year. That's pretty cool. Thanks for watching.